Hey, it's Richie and Wes.
He's Richie.
And he's Wes.
And this is our show. We're the Shady Podcast you love.
Welcome to hate. I had to, I'm sorry.
We hope you don't hate us. I mean, you know, if you must.
It's fine.
We don't mind. I have a lot of shade for non-celebrity related items this week, just randomly. I don't know if my algorithm got changed or what, but either that or celebrities have been boring lately. I don't know. We'll see what you have.
I have a lot of random TikTok shit because I've been sucked into the TikTok realm lately.
Don't start
and they just gave me live access.
Oh. We might be doing a live show.
So that's dangerous. Because if you think I'm bad on Twitter, just wait till I can talk to people in real time.
Yes.
Oh, I found a hack for that, actually.
Oh?
Yeah, I guess you're not able to go on TikTok Live because you have 1,000 followers, which, mind you, I have over 300 now, which is weird. I just started using TikTok like maybe 3 weeks ago. Like, consistently.
I can't get over TikTok because it's all just talking heads. Every time I flip up, it's just someone's fucking face so close to my screen. Like, today, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
I fall in love with it because there's like these like crap TikToks that like you see people like making, like this lady does like these custom like tumblers and like,
oh, let's see that I would watch.
Yes, and like she starts off with like this base and then she'll add like foils to it and this paint and then you see her like marbleizing it and they're so fucking cute. So I've gotten stuck watching people create things like that, which is so interesting.
That would definitely suck me into.
Yes,
I do find that to be so interesting.
And I've been very anxious lately, and there's this...
It's like a how it's made in like 90 seconds.
Yeah, it's great. It's like, I'm like, oh my... And you can buy what they're making right then and there. It's so fascinating.
Oh, that's smart.
Yes, like she has her own shop of like, you know, like certain things, but if you want something that is getting made right then and there, because they're all one of a kind, obviously, they're all handmade.
Yeah. And
painted by her, then you can go ahead and get it immediately. She's like,
good for those creators.
Yes, I was like, and she goes step by step. She's like, I did this, over lockdown. I didn't know what I was doing. I thought it'd be fun. Like, they'll tell you, like, where they got the stuff from.
Oh, that's great.
Like, she's like, I got, like, this turner, because she has this, like, thing that's, like, slowly, like, rotating, like, the cup, so she can go through and, like, splatter things on and everything. They're, like, $15 on Amazon.
Cute.
Never would have known, and it's an easy process. And she explains, she'll shout out people that like she gets like her supplies from. So I've gotten into that.
So it's one of the good ones. One of the good ones. Not one of the don't wear sunscreen people and you should be drinking borax.
One of my favorite ones is her name is Loyan Lawyer. She's amazing. She's a divorce lawyer, and she will. If you want some real tea, I'll give you one little tidbit of how juicy her shit is, and they're all her cases. She gives no names, obviously. But she talked about how she was representing a woman in a divorce situation.
Mm-hmm.
And
why am I so invested in this already?
I know, it's great. She's such a great storyteller, but I'm going to condense these stories. I have to tell the two. I'll be very concise with my time. So, she was like, hey, I think that my, soon-to-be ex-husband is cheating on me currently. Because they were just separated in the state that they're in, and that is illegal. You can't. While you're married, you can't be with a side chick or whatever.
Yeah.
She said, say less, I'm a great PI. So the PI's like, he keeps going to this person's house, but I can't get a picture yet. But, give me like a day, I'll get a picture of him.
Ooh.
He submits the pictures to her. Guess who it is?
Her sister.
Oh, no. It's his divorce attorney. She's like, oh, yes.
Can't that get you disbarred?
Yes, it can. She's like...
I'm no lawyer, but that seems unethical.
She's like, so now I have to petition to get her removed from the case because you can't be sleeping with the person that you're representing. No. She's like, also now she has to be a witness because now she is the mistress.
Remember, first question, do you remember when you were a lawyer?
I was like, oh my God. Then the second one, I'll make it very, very quick. But she had this story about, again, she represented a woman, and then they were going through this like bitter divorce, and they're going back and back, yada, yada, yada. Then she receives this letter from the husband's lawyer stating that everything needs to be withdrawn immediately because the marriage is null and void. The reasoning being, because they're cousins and it's been a family secret for 14 years. They're not blood cousins, but she was adopted. And in Texas, the law states is either by blood, by marriage, or guess what? By adoption.
So not even your first
They found this out when they were like 5 years married at like a holiday situation, and they figured out that they were cousins. So now they're trying to get the whole thing thrown out because...
Oh, that's some small town shit right there.
Right? Yeah, so that's why I've been locked into TikTok.
Dang.
Yeah, it's been great.
Well, to change course drastically... Okay, so shade to milk. Because, first of all...
The drag queen?
No.
Oh.
No, never. I mean, of course,
what milk do you know?
We love shade, but
okay,
no, we all love milk. But the real milk, the milk that you drink, because first of all, there are campaigns against any other type of, which granted, I do agree it's not almond milk because it's not real milk, but they sue people so they can't say almond milk. Girl, get a grip.
Okay, this is how I know we're in sync, because I was randomly just thinking about milk yesterday. No, and how we were fed...
The drink, not the drag race.
Well, no, and we were fed all of the, like, all this propaganda...
Yes!
About it making your bones stronger, and you getting... It doesn't do any of that shit that it was literally... We were told in health classes, in schools... Lies.
From the milk...
Yes.
Companies. Propaganda from them. Uh-huh. Well, this goes back way even further, because... Back in the olden days, you'd have your milk delivered, and it was supposed to be fresh. Well, it didn't need an expiration date or a born-on date because, of course, it was fresh milk.
Oh, no.
Yeah, until someone's niece became extremely ill.
Oh, my God.
The uncle was Al Capone, famous gangster who used his connections to aggressively attack in court the milk companies and force them to put on expiration dates on their products.
Wow.
Even the worst of people. There's a silver lining.
Damn.
I was like, Al Capone?
Well, you heard about the new expiration date, the sell-by date, and why that's in state? Because companies were putting earlier expiration dates so they can pump out more product and kind of scare consumers into getting in before it's actually even going bad.
Yeah.
So now there's a sell-by date, not an expiration date, because you can't say when something's going to go expired. You can just say how long you can sell it in the store. Mm-hmm. And then you're kind of on your own from that point.
If you don't remember the last time you used it, don't eat it or drink it. Yeah, I mean, definitely a smell test. For sure.
Just a mess.
And this is why people don't trust anyone or anything. Been lied to. The truth does come out in the
Literally.
end. And speaking of the truth coming out in the end, we all knew this. This has been going on for so long. These top designer brands charging thousands of dollars for something certainly didn't cost them that. Mm-hmm. And certainly there's going to be a markup. There's usually in retail there's almost at least a 50% markup, if not 100% markup of what they're even buying it from. So what they buy it from then obviously has to be significantly less than what it's manufactured for. And Italian prosecutors have uncovered that Dior pays less than $60 to produce bags that are over 2,000.
Oh, yes. 100%.
That's more than your typical markup.
That's ridiculous.
And more to come, because this has opened the Pandora's box to all of these.
I love it.
Yeah, well, when you realize people like Hugo Boss and Mercedes-Benz and all of them profited from Hitler's regime in World War II, and that's why there are these big, massive companies, because they amassed their wealth way back then when the Nazis helped them. I always felt like if you really enjoy something, fuck the price tag, go on and buy it. Right?
Yep.
But it also, and I know this is going to be old man yelling at the clouds, but it also used to be that when you bought a designer item, say like, for example, Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton, that shit was like waterproof, indestructible.
Yes.
Like the Titanic sank and they found all the Louis Vuitton
right.
fucking bags. I mean, literally, like that used to be the highest quality shit. You didn't just buy it for yourself, you bought it for your next of kin because when you died, you could pass it on.
Right.
And now that's not the case with designer stuff. And it's like seasonal.
It's all fucking fast fashion at this point.
It is.
Really.
So if you like it.
It's like all the smaller people caught up with the larger designers and they're making things that are comparable.
Or better.
Yes.
Or way better.
Yep. I say the same thing about cars. It's so easy to design a car now. You're not doing them with clay. You're doing them on computers now. So now the Kias and Hyundais and their technologies are right up there with the BMWs and the Lexuses and stuff. Everyone has a camera for everything, a 360 fucking parking situation, auto driving cars at a $25,000 price point now.
Kias are coming up.
Yeah,
they're
it's
really
weird
coming up because they used to be considered the cheapy, like you know, knockoff brand or whatever, which I never understood because I've ridden in many Kias.
Yeah.
And they're a nice ride.
Yeah.
Now they really stepped up.
Oh, yeah. But fun fact is I'm the car guy, if you're just tuning in. That's how Honda started out. They were the crappy Japanese low-quality car that was at a low price point way back in the 70s, I believe. Mm-hmm. And then they slowly built up their quality and built up their design, and now they're the top of the imports as far as normal people, non-luxury car classes go. I do still think it's weird that almost all manufacturers have gone to SUVs, though. And crossovers. It's so strange. Like, Ford has 2 cars. Ford.
Right? Yeah.
It's
I don't need all
weird.
that. I want a smaller car. I have a 2-door. And
like, the Mustang is an SUV now. An electric SUV. Like, what? What, huh?
Does everyone have a family of 4? Come on.
Right? I'm like, it's very weird to me. I'm like...
We need smaller shit. We need compact
Yeah, because a lot of y'all can't drive the large shit that you're driving. You're trying to park. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, definitely myself. I am looking forward to more automation with driving. I know it's going to start off real slow. It's going to be annoying. The car's not moving as fast as you want it to. But holy shit. The amount of times that I've been cut off at a red light. Like, my light is green and 3 cars are coming through. I'm like, okay. I know we're in LA.
2 driverless cars. They were interesting.
I've never been in one.
You just kind of sit there.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's
what else are you gonna do?
That's all you can really do. You just sit in the back seat and it just goes.
Next topic. I will kind of... We'll move into a gay area. I mean, we're always gay because...
Well, yes, of course. That's just by default.
Yes. However, the gays might not have much fun on Fire Island in a few years because the shores are literally washing away from erosion.
Oh my God.
What happens is the water erodes it, and then they go in and fill the beach. And then the water erodes it, and they go in and fill the beach. Well, things have been built out to where the sand is supposed to be, and now there is no sand. So you have docks leading into the fucking ocean.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently no one's really making big moves to replace the shoreline of Fire Island. Which is kind of important because that's, a landmass between the other land. Like, it's all protecting other stuff. So it's sort of actually vital. I mean, aside from all the fabulous house parties on Fire Island.
I've still never been before.
Neither have I, actually.
Right.
Well, we better go soon.
We need to go, apparently, very soon.
Water.
Jesus.
Yeah, there's... we've said this before on the show. We are in the rapture. This is it. We are experiencing it in real time. It's just very slow and boring. Just bring on the comment. I'm ready. Just take us out. Let's go.
Well, I found something new today, and this entails foreign territory and sports, which they don't really coincide on our show a lot, but here we are.
Sure.
Did you know that Paris is full of shit? Literally?
Oh, yeah, that I did know.
Yes, okay, so the 2024 Summer Olympics was supposed to promise that the swimming events could be hosted in their famous river. Well, it's been banned for a century because the Paris sewer system is designed to dump all wastewater into the river during heavy rain when the sewers get overwhelmed by stormwater. And then dangerous levels of E. coli contaminate it. So Paris is taking on a $1.5 billion infrastructure project that includes a massive underground tank and tunnel system meant to hold excess sewage during heavy rain and prevent further contamination of the river.
Just now? This is not a new thing.
A century? Why did y'all scramble this year for this year's Olympic? Like,
because
what?
It's the Olympics.
Like, that's
why.
insane.
That's the only reason why.
You didn't think that would have been done a couple of years ago when you found out that you were the spot?
Because I thought they could get away with it.
That's... bleh.
Yeah, I'm curious what's going to happen in LA. Because you know LA's hosting the Olympics.
Yeah, I know.
And usually there's a whole upgrade beautification process right before. I remember when I was in London. It was right before the Olympics were in London. And they were, I fucking kid you not, they were repainting fence posts.
Oh, yes.
They were power washing
everything
fucking
to
sidewalks.
be photo ready.
So that everything on camera looked fresh and amazing. And it was very clear no one had painted those fence posts for, it's London.
Exactly.
They're like
1600s.
It's been like this since the Romans. And as soon as the Olympics rolls through, the city gets a makeover.
Well, speaking of a makeover, someone's having a life makeover. Gypsy Rose Blanchard is pregnant. Okay, but she's separated from her husband, who's the guy that she was talking about having, like, bomb dick or whatever a few months ago.
Uh-huh.
And she's back with her ex-fiancé, and that's who the baby's with? The most shocking part of all of this, do you know she's only been out of prison for 7 months? It feels like a fucking year.
It does.
There's been so many things. A documentary. She's been on The View like 2 or 3 times at this point. Breaking up with the guy, being with the guy, engaged. I'm like, whoa.
Well, also they're parading her around
to
all the events and doing all this shit. And I really, it's very clear that from the beginning, her mental health was not where it needed to be.
Yeah.
And then imagine being suddenly thrust into this level of fame where everybody
literally overnight.
Yes,
literally.
Everyone knows who you are. Well, not even from the trial.
Oh, yes, but I mean, like, you're stepping out of prison directly onto a stage,
and then they're like, "Oh, let's have you on The View." Like, what the fuck? Like, even for a normie who's not been in jail and had a whatever, like, that's a big jump.
Yes, it's not like you recorded an album or filmed a project and you're preparing yourself for all this. Like, no, it's she stepped out of a prison. into this media chaos. But I know she's getting therapy. She did touch on that, so that's good. And she said that she's getting therapy more so for her. She says when she feels like she's being scolded, even if it's like something small.
Mm-hmm.
Like something small to the point of being like, oh, give me a second until you start talking. I'm not done with my point yet. She reverts back to like a child and gets like really quiet and stuff. So she says she's working on all that, at least.
As she should.
And adjusting to real life.
And I do think, I think it's very irresponsible of the press and the media to be parading her around and all that stuff. Like, I get it. It's her redemption time and all that stuff. But girl, like give her a runway before you,
Yes.
have her at 5,000 feet. I mean, come
Normal
on.
prisoners get a halfway house before getting released back into actual public.
Yeah, she's her life. Oh my God. I mean, I know she killed somebody, but I do feel very
yes.
Sorry for her because she's never had any kind of semblance of a normal life.
No.
Whatsoever. And there's no way that she...
Or trust.
No, exactly. Yeah. Girl.
That is crazy.
It sure is. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Making headlines, as did Derek Blasberg.
Who?
Hollywood socialite, friend of Gwyneth Paltrow.
I saw him about it.
Making headlines for fleeing Gwyneth Paltrow's Hamptons home after catastrophic diarrhea. This was
Why do we know this?
Well, it's because it was a headline. Talk about the need for therapy. You're just a socialite, doing your thing. You're living your life. You're friends with Gwenny, Demi Moore. These are your girls. And then suddenly you're getting headlines for diarrhea? First of all, how bad was it that everyone knew?
That part.
Right? Like, doesn't Gwenny...
And in a mansion?
Right?
There are like 17 bathrooms anyways?
Thank you. Does she not have, like, a guest house
right?
she can blow up? I mean, dang. Like, what was the aftermath?
That is crazy.
Who wrote that headline? Who was like, you know what? It's going to be a good story. Oh, yellow journalism at its finest, I'm telling you.
Well, we need to have a moment of silence real quick, because something we've all known and loved, grew up with, in some way, shape, or form, it's coming to an end. Rest in peace for the Cartoon Network. It is leaving. And props to them, because they made a snarky, animated... They were like, okay, guys, it's time. It was like some random, characters. It's time for us to call it a day and shut down Cartoon Network. Someone's like, why? They're like, oh, well, because companies are really, really greedy. And then what happened is that they overuse animation resources because during the pandemic, when there was lockdown, that was one of the few things that could be done remotely for entertainment. So they used us, and then when the world opened back up, they started sourcing out things like AI or getting cheaper resources. And these people who have worked and saved these companies all got laid off and haven't worked for a year now. While all the money goes to the greedy CEOs of these companies.
And that's the kind of subversive shit that we all love Cartoon Network for.
Yes! They called out the network.
They've always been doing that, though.
Yes!
They've always had really subversive cartoons. They've had things that are, political underlines.
Was like, but they were like, what you can do is get the word out to everyone and do a hashtag rest in peace Cartoon Network, which has been trending for 2 days now since they released this.
So many memories. Yeah, the big media companies are really, it's like a house of cards. They are just folding left and right, closing this, closing that, laying people off, all this shit. What a time for me to try to pitch a television show.
I mean, it might be your time because people might just get discouraged and stop submitting ideas, honestly.
Right? Yeah, everyone go home. The dream is over. Get out of my way. Oh, damn. Well, speaking of animation, trying to find a segue. Even though this will not be an animated film, Superman did start in the comics. Actually, he got more popular on the radio. Anyways...
I forget about that, but you're right.
Yeah, it was bigger on the radio, actually. Yeah. Remember when people used to listen to the radio?
Yes, for actual shows, not just for music. Shows.
Yeah, that was their only form of entertainment.
Yeah, it was like audiobooks back in the day.
It was like a podcast.
Yes.
Yeah, well, Superman obviously has had, as I mentioned, many different eras, many movies, television shows,
many costumes that I've
series.
almost always hated.
The costume is where I was getting to with the new super suit for the James Gunn movie.
Lord.
Which is causing a nerd tsunami
Yes.
on social media. Some people do like it, and I think certainly adjustments could be made where it will look better once we see it on the screen.
Yes.
But what did they make this thing out of?
I don't know.
It looks like the thickest
It looks
rubber.
saggy.
It looks it looks like it's made out of, like, not even rubber, like just denim.
Yeah,
like it just looks so bulky,
literally,
and thick. Like, what is it made of? I don't even mind the design. It's just, what is the material? Like, how hot must he be under there? Is that like wool? Like, what the fuck? It looks very, very costumey.
I've seen cosplayers with better Superman costumes than that.
Yeah, I mean, that also cosplayers do knock it out of the fucking park these days.
Oh, yes. 100%.
But, yeah, there's this huge debate over the super suit, and...
I mean, I hate the fucking super suit to begin with. I've said this plenty of times. I don't like the Superman suit. I don't.
It's not a great costume.
I like the black one. I like the white one. I don't like the normal blue one. It's just, I don't like the colors. I don't like the design, really. Like, it looks better when it's monochromatic.
It does. It definitely is such a holdover from the original design.
Yes.
And I get it, going back to that with the, underoos on the outside and all that stuff. But after all this time with this character, they haven't made any adjustments. Like, what about Spider-Man? Like, Spider-Man's costume has been just slightly altered, changed more to just being more modern. And
hell, the 1980s Batman reinvented the costume, and that's what
became the comic book.
Yes. And what everyone else has used as a benchmark for all their other live-action Batmans.
It is comic book accurate, and it looks to me most like the costume that they're using on My Adventures with Superman, which is a new series on Max, which is actually very cute. I am not a huge Superman fan.
See, I don't have Max anymore.
I kept it for all the DC stuff. Sometimes I just want to watch, battle scenes from Wonder Woman or something.
Fair enough.
And all the DC cartoons. Those are actually really, really good. But I'm not a huge Wonder Woman fan or a Superman fan. I'm a huge Wonder Woman fan.
I'm like, what?
But not a huge
Like, who are you?
Fan. Yeah. So, that's my girl. So I'm always like, all right, I guess I'll watch another Justice League animated, whatever, so I can get 5 minutes of screen time from my girl. But that actually, the My Adventures or New Adventures or whatever the fuck it is, I think it's My Adventures with Superman. It's actually really cute. They've done a really, really good job with the characters. And you really get a feel for their relationships, and they have, like, Jimmy's great, Lois is great, Clark is great. They have a really good dynamic. It's sort of Superman just kind of starting out. Like, he's not quite as revered. Like, it's interesting. It's well done. It's actually well done. And the suit in that, I think he does have the underoos, but I know it's been said many times, certain things work in animation that do not work in live action.
That's just the truth.
Although they sure made that Wolverine suit work for the new Deadpool movie.
They really did. I was surprised.
I never thought I would see that.
Bright colors and all, and they made it look like a legit suit. Yes, it does.
That looks good.
100%.
Speaking of movies, I saw the cutest fucking movie a couple weeks ago. Because we love our AMC.
Yes, we do.
A-list.
We're getting the most out of that lately.
Yeah, I mean, I see a movie probably like once a week now. It's called Thelma. And it's about this adorable little old lady who gets scammed out of money. And everyone around her, including Parker Posey, who plays her daughter, very cute. Love to see Parker back in sort of smaller, it's not quite an independent film. I don't know if it's A24 or what it is, but anyway, it's not a big studio film. And while everyone else is more about, you made a mistake, don't you worry, blah, blah. She's like, oh, hell no.
No, I need my motherfucking money back.
Exactly. And basically, this is a story about a 94-year-old woman. The actress herself is 94 years old. This is her first.
She looks amazing.
She does, and she's very mobile.
Yes.
In fact, it is sort of a octogenarian action movie, including stunts such as her just rolling over a bed.
I love it.
Which is adorable because when you think about a 94-year-old, that is...
Yes, that is a stunt.
It is!
It's a stunt for me now. I'm fucking 41.
There's a chase scene with rascals.
I love it. Yes.
People start talking about her and she doesn't want to hear them, so she just takes out her fucking hearing aids. It doesn't make fun of old people. It has fun with old people. And it also makes you realize, like, shit, we really only have so much time.
Yeah.
Like, we really do. We have to live our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a chance, go see Thelma. It is very funny. It's very sweet. Definitely has some, action moments. And when you go see it, stay past the first credit scene, because they do the credits where they are showing the actors or whatever, because before they start to roll the credits, there is a clip from the actual Thelma who the movie is inspired
How cute.
by.
Also, side note, a little life hack for you. There's a site, I want to say, it's called endofcredits.com. I want to say that's the site, but you can Google, are there end credits, and the site's going to be the first thing that pops up.
Mm-hmm.
And it'll tell you, yes or no, without spoilers, if there is an end credit scene in a movie, so you're not just sitting there waiting.
Whether you should stick around or not.
Yes, or if there are multiple, because sometimes, like, especially Marvel, they'll do, like, fucking 2 of them.
Yeah, like
sometimes fucking 3.
Yeah. I do like that, especially seeing a film in LA, a lot of people stay for the credits anyway, because either they're actually in it or they know somebody.
They know someone.
So it's not unusual
it's really not.
People to stay during the credits. But this movie gave me just so many feelings. And it definitely was like a good kind of cry, but it did make me cry. Yeah. It was very sweet.
Aww. If I could have one more thing, I don't know what the fuck it is.
I have speaking of movies, I happened upon an interview with Goldie Hawn about the original ending of Death Becomes Her.
What?
So I know you've all seen Death Becomes Her multiple times, as you should have. And you know that's at the funeral, and they fall down the stairs, and they fall apart, and they're all ugly and all stuff. Well, that was a reshoot. Because the original script and the original ending had her and Meryl on a mountaintop looking exactly the same, beautiful, perfect, whatever. They hated each other. And they saw some old man, Bruce Willis's character, climbing up the mountain. And Meryl's like, oh, God, isn't that so gross? Or don't you feel sad for them? Or whatever. And Goldie Hawn's character, the way she described it is she gets to lie and says, yeah. And there's just kind of more of a poignant ending to the film of how, even though they have remained young and beautiful forever, they're not happy with their lives. They have to be, away from any type of danger because they can't sustain any injuries. And they don't really get to live their life.
No.
And they don't have the experience of that. And that's the one thing that makes life special, is that it ends. So I thought that was a really interesting interview with her. And she obviously she understood why they changed it, but it was just to hear her explain why she liked that ending better was really fun, because she was like, that's really what the movie's about. That's what the movie's really about.
Well, another gay classic. There are 2 updates in the Devil Wears Prada world. Have you seen this?
I have.
Yes. Okay, well, one, there's a sequel in the works, and Hathaway's already said just last year that she has no interest in doing a sequel. However, it is rumored that Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, possibly Stanley Tucci will be coming on, and the script is done, and it's basically about Miranda going through a downfall because the magazine era is coming to an end and everything's going digital. And I'm like, this sounds interesting.
It does.
Especially someone that's been in one realm for so long.
Yeah.
And controlled it. And now it's...
Anna Wintour must be freaking out right now.
And you're getting... You can't control what the rest of the world does. People don't buy magazines like they used to anymore.
No.
At all.
Yeah.
So that sounds fun. Then also, I found out.
Well, I mean, it makes sense because, Andy's character left anyways. Like, why would she be part of that world anymore?
Exactly.
Anyway.
We really don't need her. I mean, Miranda was sorry.
Emily Blunt was amazing as well. So, and
bring back Stanley. I'm here for it.
Exactly.
I really am.
And I like Anne Hathaway. I think she's kind of a crazy kind of fun. I thought she was really good in the movie. But, yes, her story was told.
Yeah. Down for it, but also
no shade there.
There's a Broadway production of The Devil Wears Prada.
Oh Lord!
And they just
like a musical,
revealed,
another musical.
I guess it has gone on for a little bit, but not that long.
Oh, it's on. Oh shit!
Yeah,
you can tell. I do not.
But it's in London.
Okay.
I
know that Death Becomes Her stage. Show, but
yes, I think either it started last year or maybe it was like a light run and they're doing the official run now.
Yeah.
But Vanessa Williams is Miranda Priestley on Broadway.
Well, I mean, Wilhelmina, come on. Yeah.
And on their official Twitter, the caption said, "That's all. ... And it shows her ascend from darkness with an uplight. And she has this big red, trench coat type cape situation. And she just flings it open and it goes slow-mo. And that's all you need. That's all you need.
We need her in the sequel.
Yes.
She's got to be in there somewhere. Maybe she can be Miranda's nemesis.
Right?
Or something.
She's a tech-savvy one.
Exactly.
That is stealing all of Miranda's clientele.
That would be amazing.
That would.
Script?
Yes. Please.
Come on. I really appreciate Vanessa Williams because she seems like someone she's done it all. Broadway, she's had...
And can do it all.
And can do it all. She's a model. She's an actress.
Yes.
She's a singer.
She can dance.
She can dance. She does it all, but it never seems desperate.
No. She knows her lane. She stays in it well. I got pissed yesterday, along with hundreds of other people, actually. Because someone said that Vanessa Williams cannot sing. I'm like, I'm sorry, hold on. Disney does not hire you to sing a lead song on a blockbuster animated film.
That was a global number one hit.
If you cannot sing.
Oh, you had to be able to sing live.
Yes, that's it. That's it. Yes, no.
Gotta be able to sing live.
Disney plays no game.
I wouldn't call her like a Martha Walsh powerhouse.
No, but she's powerful in her own right.
She has a range.
Yes.
She's very emotional.
Yes.
Yeah. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's a jack of all trades. Fucking Vanessa Williams here. Come on.
Right, and it just never seems like she's desperate to be relevant. It doesn't seem like she's, I'm still here. Oh, I'm still here. She's just doing her thing.
She reminds me of an old school Keke Palmer. There's always a check to be had.
Ooh, they need to do a movie together. Let's just cast Vanessa Williams in everything.
She's going to be in something. It doesn't matter what the media is. She's going to be in something animated, something live action. She's going to be in a Broadway production. She's going to be singing, dancing, acting her ass off.
She stays employed.
Yes. It also goes back to... And I hate sounding this old man yelling at a cloud, but it's just the truth. I'm sorry. When I was growing up, and even generations before I was even alive, people had to be a triple threat.
Yeah.
You had to sing, dance, and act. Because you didn't know where you would even be placed in. You were just auditioning for shit, and then you might be the dancing girl, you might be all three, you might be a background singer, like...
And all the old stars could do everything.
Yes!
From Betty White to Bea Arthur could sing and dance.
The last big generation we've had was early to mid-2000s. And then it
Yeah, there's still some. There's a few, but it's not like every single one.
No, like the last big hit was like the Mickey Mouse Club, really, with that level of the Ryan Goslings, the Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, since we all hate him, but whatever.
Yeah,
he is successful.
He's still a big star.
Christina Aguilera, Carrie Russell, JC, like that's a shit ton of talent in a couple of seasons that ended up actually. Usually, there's the one standout in something.
Right. Where, certainly.
Yeah, no, those kids were for better or worse. Trained.
Well, from big time talent to reality television show.
Oh God, what now?
The Surreal Life.
I'm the reality guy. What news did I miss is the real question.
They have just announced the Surreal Life Villa of Secrets. Which, first of all, what do we not know about? Especially a D-list celebrity. We know everything about them because they tell you everything because they're desperate for attention. Yeah, listen to this cast. Macy Gray.
Oh, Lord. See, I blame this on me. I did say a few years ago, I think it might have been over lockdown, I'm like, we need to get a Surreal Life going on again, because that was a fun show at the time.
It was fun.
But you need the right cast, so continue.
Amazing, great. Chet Hanks.
Damn, I have such a love-hate relationship with him. He's so ridiculous and so stupid, but he's so hot. And just, it's like...
If I knew he was in on the joke, I would be all for him.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
He's not. He's that dumb.
Yeah,
he's really that dumb. But, a couple hours. All I'm asking.
Kim Zolciak from...
she needs the money. Between her and Corey calling the cops. Oh, I watched an hour... You know me and my YouTube. I watched an hour-long YouTube documentary about them. And the majority of it was not narration. It was recording that they took themselves of each other. Calling the cops on each other when the cops would show up, when the cops were talking to them. One of them freaking out, Corey freaking out about Kim spending all the fucking money all the fucking time. Mind you, she found him when he was, I think, in the NFL or fresh off. One or the other.
Drained him dry.
And there is a age difference there. But yeah, he had millions of dollars, and she has drained him dry with her gambling, and she's selling their clothes out of their closet online and has them for a hot minute.
She is like the...
I'm not lying. Wigs and everything. And it'll be like...
She's the Real Housewives.
It'll be like never worn, but you know the internet.
Right.
And the internet FBI is better than the actual FBI, because they're like, nah, because she was here at Disneyland with her kids wearing these same shoes, boom, from 2019. So they're like, oh no, there's a scuff right there. These are not brand new. I was like, okay, I don't have the time to do that, but
no,
I'm happy for those that do.
She's turned out like fucking Tori Spelling. Other members of the cast include O.T. Genesis.
Who?
Oh, some rapper.
Okay.
Ally Brooke from Fifth Harmony.
Oh, man. Ally...
you don't got nothing better to do.
She just announced that she was quitting music. I'm like, you're quitting music to do that?
Maybe this is why she's quitting Hollywood. It's like this was the final straw.
Maybe. Jesus.
And this one really made me scratch my head. Does he not have better things to do? Johnny Weir, Olympic figure skater?
What the... He doesn't. He's in everything. He is...
Does he not do all the commentary and all the commercials and all that? Isn't he still big in that world?
He's like a
he's on TV everywhere.
He's like a non-respectable Kiki Palmer, because he does anything for a check. He's like Elisa Renna. He does anything for it. I've seen him in so many random ass shits that I'm like, why are you here?
His personality is big and fun. I could see if he was sort of like, I'm only questioning his involvement because of the other cast members.
Yes.
He's a good choice for the show. But with all these other fools? Jose Canseco, the model? What? Who?
Jose Canseco's a mess. I can't.
And finally, former Teen Wolf star Tyler Posey.
That I expected. That boy's gone from independent fucking web series to OnlyFans to hopefully cleaning up his act.
Doubt
and then
it.
that Teen Wolf reunion thing that they did. At least I gave him a couple $100,000 more to survive on. See, this is not My Surreal Life. My Surreal Life was New York and Omarosa and Janice Dickinson, and Janice Dickinson took out a fucking butcher knife in the kitchen, and Omarosa got nervous. Fucking Mini-Me peeing on, like, when he's drunk in a corner. Like, that's my surreal life.
We need the breakouts of every show.
I need
put them in the house. We need all of that.
Yeah.
But fucking...
I mean, now that's like House of Villains, which is actually very good. I'm surprised, but...
Huh. Yeah, so there's a show I will definitely not be watching.
God. Oh my goodness. Another old Yelling in the Cloud moment that I had. Someone on YouTube, because the BET Awards were just this past weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And Will Smith came out, he performed. Someone on Twitter, they got flamed, rightfully so, said, what is up with all these actors trying to do music all of a sudden?
Oh my god. I get it, you're probably born in like...
But again, Google is literally right there. When we were born, we didn't have information at our fingertips, but we knew the legends.
Yeah, I knew,
automatically.
I knew who the Beatles were, and it wasn't because...
Without any research.
Yeah, no.
So thankfully, Twitter popped off and was like, are you 2 years old? Because you can just Google this information first and foremost. Someone's like, delete, delete, delete. Someone's like, you realize that Will Smith is the first rapper to ever get a Grammy in history? He was a rapper before he was an actor. And so did both very successfully.
Yeah.
To where that no one else has done, actually. No, because every movie he'd have a song on the soundtrack, and it would go #1 for fucking weeks.
Because they were bops.
Yes!
They were all
yes!
Like summer jams. Or,
yes!
You know,
and the movie was good, entertaining too! It's like, the videos were entertaining, it just,
Oh. Wow. That's
one area of Twitter that I do love, which when someone just says something so stupid, and then everyone's just like, receipt.
Oh, I kind of fanned the flames a little bit this week, because...
You?
I should...
And I've basically been off of Twitter. What have we done? We flipped.
I should have just posed this as a statement, but I just made it a silly question, because, spoiler alert, if you haven't been watching House of Dragon and you want to... skip ahead like 30 seconds or something. But this season of House of Dragons is featured a couple of dragon fights.
Mm-hmm.
And in the fights, there's like the regular dragons or small dragons.
Yeah.
And then there's this one giant fucking dragon. It is the most massive dragon. When they put them in scale of the other dragons, it's way bigger.
Yeah.
This motherfucking dragon is sneaking up on bitches, bursting out of clouds, hiding in bushes. The last episode, again, spoiler alert, last episode, it's in a fight, it falls to the ground, and it shows it, like, just stomping around and, like, crushing people, and the ground is like, whoa, because it's so big.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, they don't know where it is, and it jumps out of nowhere and attacks them.
Oh my god.
I was like, how does this giant...
It's like that fucking old X-Men scene. Did I show you this last week? Wait, no, we weren't here last week. Oh my god. This had me cracking up forever. There's this scene from the original X-Men in the 90s. And Jubilee is running because something's happening. There's a giant fucking sentinel.
Huge.
Like,
Story tall.
Scaling behind a building. But it's not like she's coming from where she can't see this giant ass
sentinel. She is running towards
it. And looking left to right. As if it's like 5 feet tall or something. I'm like, girl, it shows in the animation that it's above the trees. You just have to glance your eye up a half a centimeter to see this thing from a block away.
Or like, oh, why there's a 2-story boot right here in this alley? Like, girl, Yeah, it's stuff like that. And I actually, though, I will say for the show, the camera work does a really good job of it because the first time it did actually surprise me. So the camera work is done really well.
Yeah.
It kind of is giving you the vantage point. So it does make sense that they're able to do it. And also it's a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
But I was like, how is this dragon just hiding everywhere? Ooh, the responses that I got.
Oh, I'm
well,
sure.
it's a fantasy show and some
Well,
people are just having
actually-
fun. And it's like, oh, well, things can hide behind trees, it's possible. I just literally...
Yeah, but they want to get pissed off about someone's random death that actually makes sense.
Yeah, it was just like so many people came out of the fucking
How
woodwork.
can she die? Well, because she let her guard down and someone came behind her with a sword. She's dead.
It happens. So that was tickling me so much because I really just meant it as a joke, like just a silly.
Yes.
Just in my mind, it was like the dragon tiptoeing behind the castle, like Scooby Doo or something. Like it just made me laugh, and the way that people were so defensive of this
it's
giant
hilarious.
imaginary dragon.
It's great.
I'm like, look, I get it. Even big things can sneak up on you, but I just thought it was funny. With this one giant dragon, it's like peekaboo, like it just happens constantly. So yeah, I was getting a lot of not quite as much flame as Dan Reynolds from Imagine Dragons,
Oh Lord, what happened?
who in my last topic this week is totally fine with performing, in Israel because he doesn't want to deprive their fans of getting to see them live. I'm paraphrasing, but he literally was like,
I can't.
he said, I don't believe in depriving our fans who want to see us play because of the acts of their leaders and their governments. Is it a free show, Dan? Because if it's not, it's just a fucking money grab.
Exactly.
You're not trying to do anything for these people.
And they make enough fucking money as it is. Like, calm down.
So you're going to go and perform and don't pack the wrong thing in your bag. You'll end up in jail for you. Who was that?
Right?
Who was that basketball? Brittany.
Oh God, yes.
Remember? She
Brittany Griner.
had a vape pen
Yes.
in her fucking backpack or something that she fucking forgot about. At least she says she forgot about. And they busted her ass in Russia, and she spent a year in prison. They had to get the United States government to bust her ass out.
Did I tell you about the time that I accidentally smuggled cocaine?
What?
Yes.
Oh my God! We saved the best for last.
And I had nothing else to end the episode on. That was going to be the last topic. But in our normal chemistry, here we are.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so let me explain. I have a lot of clothes. I sometimes tend to just lend out a lot of clothes.
Yeah.
A friend of mine asked me if I had a type of pant. I can't remember what type of pant it is. But something I bought once
Oh my
for
God!
an
Is this gonna
occasion.
be like a Lindsay Lohan Coke pants story?
Oh, it's great. So
And she's like, they're not my pants.
because her then boyfriend is my build and my height.
Okay.
And I buy a lot of things. I'm like, oh, this looks cute. And I wear it twice. And then
Yeah.
I'm just like, this is gone. In the
And if you
semi-annual purge. I use my
if
closet.
you let someone borrow something, don't.
Yeah, it's
you're
like
probably not gonna get it back.
Yes. So she gave it to me months later.
Oh, really?
Not-
She gave it back.
Thought nothing about it.
Yeah.
I remember now. It was a swimsuit. It was a 2-piece swimsuit situation. It was the shorts with the swimsuit material, button up short sleeve shirt.
Oh, okay.
Real
yeah, it's like a
beachy,
little
yeah.
set. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought 4 of them all at once. And one I was just I'm like, this design's cute for an emergency or something like that. But
Right.
I don't want to. It's not what I
The other 3
are
in the
gonna be
laundry.
just fine.
Yeah.
Yes. So
The backup.
I had packed this to go to Puerto Rico on my last birthday a couple years ago. And this is when Puerto Rico, they had hazmat suits on. Because it was, lockdown was just easing up. And you could finally, fly
travel
different
again.
places. And, it was safe to. The vaccine had been out for, a little bit. So, I go there. I mean, you had to have your vaccination card there with you. It was this whole process. I've been traveling just willy-nilly because I don't carry illegal substances on me, ever. I get back, and I'm unpacking to sort things out in the closet.
Oh, so you didn't even find it on the trip?
Oh, no, I found it on the trip because
when you got there.
I had thought that I left the hotel key in one of the beach suits I was wearing.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I didn't wear this one, but maybe I put it in there thinking I was going to wear it. Pull in there, a half bag of giant fucking cocaine is in there. And I'm like, this is not mine. If you guys are I yawn 8,000 times during a show. The last thing I want to do is...
Can you imagine our show on coke? Like, we are already, like, scattered.
The last thing I want to do is stay awake any longer because I have insomnia. I want to sleep. If I'm going to do anything, it's going to be some type of a downer.
Exactly. Yeah, there is no... oh, my God, this show would be more of a train wreck.
It'd be a mess.
We were on fucking coke.
And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, where the fuck is... And then I was like, I'm Alex's boyfriend. I was like, girl, I sent her a picture. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'm so sorry. Were you caught? I'm like, no, bitch, I'm texting you. Like,
you're not my one phone call.
Yeah, think if I was caught in Puerto Rico with fucking damn near a full bag. I mean a giant bag. Not the little, like earrings come in from, like, the swap meet. No, it was a big one.
Sandwich bag.
Yes.
Oh. Just my God. Ziploc.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, that could have been really bad.
And I would have been like, I can't lie. I would have been like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a setup. I'm like, I want all cameras to track my luggage because I don't do cocaine.
Okay, so one time, back when I was doing drugs, I was signing up, I was trying to turn my life around, and I was signing up for a gym membership.
Okay.
Had a great conversation with the manager. You know me, I'm not going to pay that sign-up fee. You know me, I'm not going to, right? So we had it was a negotiation.
You were hashing things out.
And a little clarity that day. And right as I'm going to hand over my ID so they can take out all my information, as I pull my wallet out of my pocket, what should fall on the fucking desk? Because I stood up to get my wallet out of my pocket.
Oh my God.
You know, it bounced too. It wasn't just like discreet.
No.
It had to be like clank, clank, clank.
You couldn't put your hand over it real quick. No. It's like doing the whole gymnastics fucking routine.
Like, how did that just do a cartwheel?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? And I just scooped it back up, put it in my pocket, and sat down. I just could not. I don't think I looked that man in the face.
I mean, okay, so with me being... I need to have all information at a moment's time, because my first thought, you know, I'm well aware of the laws. I'm like, what, they tracked it, and they're going to get me when I come back, and then they're going to arrest me. And so they don't really check for drugs when they're doing TSA. They check for bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
So you can have a bag of cocaine just in your, as long as you're not carrying it onto the actual
you can just check it.
Airplane, it can be in your actual suitcase that you're checking on. And they're not going to say much of anything at all.
No, that's why airports don't, like when I travel and I bring... You know,
they're looking for a lot of cocaine.
They're looking for...
They're not looking for a leather bag that could have been from your fucking cousin that's an idiot. Like, no, they're looking for you smuggling some shit.
Yeah.
Yes. Like a suitcase full.
Because no one does that anymore. That's not how...
Like...
Yeah, that's not like... But anyway, yeah, they're not... They're looking for knives and bombs and shit like that. But... so, you did a lot of cocaine in Costa Rica, is what you're saying. I mean, you had to get rid of it somehow.
Puerto Rico first of all.
Or Puerto Rico. You had to get rid of it somehow. You're like, hotel party, let's Actually, I don't know that I would trust that. I don't know that I would just do pocket coke.
Right.
You know, I'd at least think twice about it. Alright everybody, thanks for listening. Be sure to check out our sponsors and our show notes and save some money by using our coupon codes. Until next time,
goodbye.
Bye.